мало би роздуплитися. Не? Пряма трансляція відправлена, пряма трансляція відновлена, правильно? Тест, тест, тест. Тест, тест, тест. О, чудово. Зі звуком все добре, значить можна починати. Так, хлопаки, всім привіт, давно вас не бачив. Не було якось на цьому тижні часу, щоб в будній день зіграти. Зараз будемо продовжувати проходження Come Deliverance. Всім дякую, що ви зі мною приходите на стріми. Лайки, дізлайки, якщо дізлайки, пишіть коменти, чому дізлайк. Будемо пробувати щось виправляти, поправляти. І так далі, і тому подібне. Так, отже ми продовжуємо. У нас проблеми якісь там в цьому містечку Мрхоєди. Зараз я вам покажу його на карті. Отже, ось тут Мрхоєди. От нам туди і треба вирушати. Зараз ми на... Ой, треба свого коня виключимо. Сідаємо на коника. Картинкою вийду. Все добре, на секундочку. Ні, все норм. Все нормально. Так, на коника сіли. Значить можна їхати. Мрхоєди, Мрхоєди. Поїхали. Назву міста як матюки. Проблеми були зі звуком на початку трансляції, тому початок такий тупий получився, ну але ми тільки вчимось. Блін, чувак, як ти довго повзеш. Ну, це все рівно швидше, ніж пішки. Хоча, то що все під питанням, чи воно швидше треба заміряти. Але хто би тим займався? Так, от ми і приїхали в ті Мрхоєди. Так, бать з коня. У нас тут є дві місії, по-моєму. Так, допроси пленника Мрхоєди і мор. Оце спросить місто Ріхтаржа положення діл в деревні. Спочатку цей мор, ну розберемося. Ось ти.
Melikar, where's the...
He died, Henry.
And where's his body?
We threw him down a pit behind the village there by the stone cross.
It's just that he might have had some clue to my investigation.
We drew lots to see who would have to bury him, so you can be sure nobody went through his pockets. But if you plan to grope about...
Understood.
Take care now.
Так, чекай, я хотів з ним поговорити про це. Про мор. І що?
Take care now.
Жесть. Що, я довго їхав чи що? Єсть. Ну окей, ні, то не, боже. Я ще лікарем тут не був. Як не був? Був. Ходив, лікував тих, що з скаліці. І ці скаліці в монастир попали. Так, я лопату з собою маю, вроді. Чи на коні походу.
The stone cross is buried here somewhere.
Закопаний. Де це? Тонець. Кажеш, тут закопане було. О. Є.
A letter? That's odd.
Як все
He
банально.
doesn't look like a scribe.
Так, а там, коли ми обговорювали нашу грошову реформу, я ні в якому разі не підозрював, як все обернеться. Я не погоджувався, щоб ці гроші йшли на вербування розбійників і найманців, за котрих в східних землях збільшилися розбої і вбивства. Мені складно навіть уявити, що станеться, якщо хтось зможе зв'язати нас з бойнею в Нойхофі. Тому я хочу попередити вас там, господин, траля-ля, що не хочу більше бути зв'язаний з вашими справами. Так що також попереджаю вас від рішучих мір і прошу зменшити ваш пил. Бо мені стало відомо, що якийсь німецький рицар із Пасау розвідує в наших землях все, що може бути зв'язано з подальшими грошами. Цей рицар, як мені відомо, зараз перебуває в корчмі в Сазаві. Занадто багато поглядів ми починаємо приманювати для себе. Надіюсь і вірю, що ви зрозумієте моє рішення, перестанете наше співробітництво. З великою повагою, Екс. Мені в Сазаву треба гнати, да? Де ти там є? Конек. Ми їдемо далі. Дощ пішов. Ні. Сказали туди їхати. Дивно. Окей. Туди, то туди. Я що? Опа! Газу. Свої тихо будь. Чо ти валаєш? Дурний чи що?
Mother of God. What the hell do you think you were doing, hurting people like that? You should have thought twice about.
Це мене за того чувака, що я придушив. Все, нічого страшного. Так, отвали.
If that's how you.
Ладно, на.
Oh well.
You've paid for your.
Це, короче, треба вам пояснити. Я проходив додаткові місії, і там одного стражника вратає прийшлось придушити. За бокал вина. І верніше за графін вина. Ну нічого, пес обіцяв пана, нормально. Молодець, Барбос. Ти красавець.
God be with you, Henry. Congratulations on winning the...
Та-та-та. Так.
May I be of service, my lord?
Щось зробити.
Yes, Henry. Chief Engineer Pfeiffer has been asking for someone reliable.
The chief engineer?
In a manner of speaking. Master Pfeiffer has, well, evil for...
Will they really be restored?
Everything can be rebuilt with enough will and resources. You'll get the details from Chief Engineer Pfeiffer. For the...
Certainly.
Where? He ought to be somewhere at Perkstein unless he's gone off to deal with some problem or other. Look around. You're bound to run.
Well, thank you. I'll go and see.
Good luck, Hal. God be with you.
Ні, не буду я до нього зараз їхати. У нас тут інакша місія вроді. Ага. Журнал. Так, це додаткова. Звертаюсь, не хочу та їхати. Точно не поїду. Відмінити. Оце я хочу робити. Давай далі.
God be with you.
Why choose Mrhoєдах?
It's somewhat at the center of events, isn't it? And what's more,
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere.
But the bandits won't find much silver in place.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them. Those were fine.
Exactly. It's not about the silver.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a...
I've returned from Mer.
How does it look?
Half the village was struck down by the sickness.
That's terrible news, Hal. I wish... What about the captive?
He was infected too.
I see.
No, but even Daddy was of some... It seems that bandit was a messenger. He was...
That's interesting.
Take a look for yourself,
Я
sir.
його читав, блін, чи ж нема.
The names of the sender and recipient aren't written there, just the initial... Seems to have some quarrel between them. This S person is threatening to finish with counterfeiting. Apparently, there's some German knight on the trail of the merchant Menhart. At the time the letter was written, the knight was in the tavern in Sasau asking about him.
That sounds like a promising lead.
You go to Sasau and find out what you can about this foreign knight. If he really is following Menhart, then he must know more.
Very well, sir.
Don't go yet. There's something I'd like to talk. May the Lord watch over you.
Що ти мені можеш розказувати?
You haven't disappointed me. Nothing against Bernard, Robert, or any of those others. But none of them could find out as much as you. At least not without beatings and torture. And that doesn't always work. You're a godsend, lad.
Thank you, sir.
Now go and find out who's behind everything, and then we'll deal with them.
Yes, sir. Sir,
What is it?
sometimes I ask myself what it all means. Why does God allow such things to happen? All this slaughter and revenge, over and over.
It's a hard question. I'm no theologian. But long ago I came to the conclusion that the only thing that makes sense is that it's all a trial. Life is one long series of problems to solve. The more you solve, the better a man you become.
I never thought about it that way.
Now just look at the pampered ones who have no concerns in life, like young Lord Capon, for instance. I shudder to think how he will rule when his time comes. Tribulations spawn in life over and over again. We must stand our ground and face them. So, I go to Sasau and solve this one.
You can rely on me, sir.
Good luck, son.
Мені гроші підкинув. Так, куди мені? А, А, треба ще один той. Ще якась додаткова місія є в нього. А ну. Тихо, тихо, куди ти йдеш? Іди сюди.
Sir,
Of course, Henry.
well, I thought since we chased the bandits out of Pribyslavitz, the roads would be safe.
Ah, criticizing your liege lord, are you? And what?
Oh no, I don't mean anything by it. Just that it's a problem.
Easy, lad. I'm only pulling your leg. You're quite right. My garrison is a shamble these days. I lost most of my men in Skalitz, and what I'm left with after Pribyslavitz is hardly enough even to guard pig, let alone guarding the roads and patrolling the rest of the province. I simply don't have the men.
Uh-huh.
That is, I didn't have the men. Recently, I asked an old acquaintance for help. Sir Kuno of Rickwald and his mercenary band. The men who ride with him are a rough lot.
Well, excuse me for being so bold, but there's plenty of mercenaries around. Surely you can find a more...
You have a point, lad, but I'd like to tell you I talked to Kuno because I trust him. But actually my reasons are... You see, Kuno owes me a favor, so he'll serve me free of charge.
So, you want me to join?
Yes, but that's not all. I told Kuno I'd send him a guide, but really what I need is for someone to keep a close eye on him and his men. Go and report to him at his encampment. You'll ride with his band on patrols and make sure they...
All right.
Окей.
Excellent. He set up camp between Ratai and Ledechko. It's a good luck, Henry.
I will, sir.
Take care now.
Угу. Окей. Так, місії набрав. Тепер треба вже по сценарію і по почті, то я вже так десь колись з бажання. На коня сісти треба. Де мій кінь? Кінь. Є мій кінь. Оп. Та не буде ніякий лагерь відправлятися, дай спокій. Я вон сюди їду. Як убила. Звук все. Чи працює той звук, чи не працює. Ще за дня заїхав, то вже добре, не прийдеться ночувати, може. Та пізніше я поїду в ваш той лагерь, Куно, відстаньте від мене. Я зараз по сюжету йду. Давай коняка в'є. Туди не виїдеш, значить будемо скакати через паркан. Опа! Поїсти пора, напевно, да? Все, 100% на нос котілка. О, тут корчмаря.
Good day.
I've heard there's a
That Deutscher. He's gone.
Як
Did
його
he give his
звати?
name?
No, frankly, he wasn't the type you want to ask twice.
Why?
There are guests I like, and then there's those that keep me awake at night. This night is a good payer, but he spends the whole day tweaking his whiskers and sighs.
Did you
He
see his
had-
crest?
That's just it. He arrived with a white shield, nothing on it, and the Wagners tell me that's how knights ride when they want to stay.
That is very odd. And do you know where he...
Yes, he asked me the way, or demanded more like. Bastard scares me so much.
But you remembered in the end, eh?
Well, business is...
And where was it he wanted...
Well, he asked me about a crossroads in the woods north of Rovna. I got the impression he was... I know the roads that way, so I advised him to try looking...
I see. Thank you.
Все, дякую.
You're welcome.
I have some unfinished...
Ah, it's just that the gentleman looked quite formidable.
I
Не
would
переживай, нічого не скажеш. Пісюн страшний.
Good luck to you.
Перестрашився. Однак коня. Що нам? Куди мені тепер? Недалеко. Ровно. До ночі доїду. Давай. Мені цікаво. З паломниками, щоб якісь розбійники можна було їх потовкти. А паломника, що мені з нього? Ще навіть 3 години дня буде. Ой. Треба каву робити йти. За хвилин 20 треба йти каву зробити. Так, наверх, давай.
Yeah.
Йо, коняка. Так, не залітаєш, так? Дуже густий ліс. Окей, зараз де буде нормально. Вон є тежка, а я щось парюся. Опа. А, я тут був. Я цих угліжогів шукав. Опа.
Good God, what a bloody mess.
Скриємо сундучок. Що там? Гроші, меч бургера, меч торговця, панські штани. Нормальна кишка.
This is valuable. They must have been in a hurry or they'd never have left it behind.
Так, грошики. І грошики.
It looks like that wagon was loaded with charcoal. Someone was wounded here. It looks like another person dragged him off. Maybe there'll be some tracks. I'm on the right track.
Ну і куди він його потащив? Так, тут що сюди, так? Не бачу я. Вугілля по всій дорозі валяється. Угу. Окей, вернемося чуть-чуть. Оп.
Another clue. I must be going the right way.
А, о, пляма є точно. Я її не бачу. Ще
I'm on
одна.
the right track. This way.
Ще одна пляма.
Charcoal burners. Someone must have seen or heard something.
Де ви є, чуваки? Не видно їх. А ой є. Розказуй, що знаєш.
What happened at the...
Huh?
Enough bullshit. I know you dragged somebody.
I don't know nothing, and I haven't seen them. If you want to know something about...
Боря. Де той Боря? Боря. Понял, біжу. Вон є якийсь чувак, ти Боря? Ні, це просто угріздох. Окей, я де Боря. Вон ще якісь сходи. Ти Боря? Ти Боря. Давай кажи щось мені.
God be with you.
What do you know about the wagon that's been...
I haven't a clue what you're talking about.
Really?
Це ти ліпиться, чи стільки мені травиш. Ага.
Do you have any idea whose wagon...
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you. I'm sure you've heard of the gang that...
Possibly.
and poisoned the well in Mrhoyedah. They're the kind of men you don't want to get on the wrong...
I didn't get on the wrong side of them, though. Did I? Yup.
What happened?
Let's just get this straight. We
And what were you doing at the crossroad?
were just passing, and we saw the wagon.
Just the sacks? What about the trail of bloodstain?
I was just getting to that. We also found one wounded man. What am I saying, wounded? The fellow was hacked like a martyr in some holy picture.
So you have him here somewhere?
The fellow has quite a will to live. I'll give him that.
Do you know who ambushed that wagon?
Not a clue.
Окей.
Did he tell you anything?
He wasn't exactly talkative. His lungs are full of holes.
Ще ліпше.
Where
Де?
is he?
We've locked him away in the shed.
I want to talk to him.
I don't know.
I don't mean to hurt him.
So be it. Here,
Thanks.
take care now.
Старай його закрив. Молодці. Чувак там дійшов чи що?
Who are you?
Never mind that.
Thank God. I thought I'd breathe my last here.
I'm no angel, so you'll have to answer a few questions before you...
Oh, well. I knew
Who is it you work for?
to Menhart. He's some kind of merchant who hired me for protection.
And where...
No idea. I blacked out after the attack. Only came to my senses once I got
Who ambushed that...
a night. He's been following us for...
And where did he go?
I don't know. I got a beating.
Що
Do you
було
know
по
what you
воді?
were carrying?
I never...
Розкажи
Tell me more about them.
Що, опять кіно буде мені показувати?
Where's the coin?
What? What coin?
I will not repeat the question.
I don't know about any coin. I
Ah! Where are those sacks you took from the wagon?
Sacks. They're behind the shed.
That's him! That's got to be that knight!
Чуваки, зараз ми
Is
його
that all? Did you
пококнемо.
take anything else?
Fuck! Stop! Stop right there!
Хер старий. Та там їх куплю. Погоня! Мій кінь, вів на коня. попарили. Куда я поїхав? Хер його знає. Йо-моє. Та пролазь давай. Так, зараз ми його дожмемо. Тирани того хлопа не обдивився. Дойде, бля. А во він. А ну йди сюди. Я шукаю його. О! Добре, справа. Що ти тут прибіг? Чуєш ти? На! Хер старий. По щитку зараз віддам. Ніби одного ти пропустив, зараз ти... Ей-ей-ей. А тоді знизу, зверху. Так, мені треба пригадати дещо. Ігрок, навики, бой булавой, о. Так, оце от прикольний. Справа, зліва, справа, знизу зліва і справа. Зліва, справа, знизу зліва і справа. Ні, зліва. Ай-яй-яй. Тихо. Відійди. Зліва. Справа. Знизу. І знову а, я зверху зробив. Зараз ще раз. Зліва. Справа. Не дав. Зліва. Так, зліва. Зліва. Справа. Знизу. Оп. Консервна ти панка, на. Я тобі навіть не допихав, ти чорт старий.
All right. You win.
Well,
Ти скоро здався?
Who is that, David? It seems I have finally met my match.
I want to know everything. Who you are, why you're here, and what you know.
You may call me Ulrich. I will tell you now.
Assurances? How about this? If you talk...
Do you expect me to believe that? I know full well.
I give you my word.
The word of a thief? Jesus. It is true what the preachers say. This world.
Unlike you,
You believe that the forging of money.
I've got nothing to do with that. I'm not a forger, I'm the one in...
What?
I'm in the service of Sir Radzig Kobyla, Governor of Skalitz, and...
Then we have something in common.
From who?
Perhaps you might sheath that weapon, so that we may talk eye to eye.
Stand up.
Давай.
It is true our meeting has not begun well. But if it is the truth that you are sent by Kobyla,
What do you mean?
I found out many things, but there are still questions I cannot answer. And the last man who knew...
Що вам
All
треба?
right.
You will introduce me to a certain person, and I will...
Who do you mean?
О,
Master Tobias Pfeiffer. If you truly served Sir Radzig,
I think I know who you mean. What do you want him for?
I have here a written confession which tells how those forgeries are made. But I do not understand such.
We'll definitely be able to make sense of it. And you'll give it...
It seems I have little choice. In the meantime, I will return to Sassau and see what I...
Who are you working
Слушайте,
I understand why you wish to know. But
That sounds a bit fishy.
it is simply that my master does not wish to be revealed. And if we...
And what about that wagon? What happened?
I followed Menhard from Passau. I had reason to suspect a connection with Sassau.
Why did you let them get...
I wanted to discover where they hand over their coins, which I failed to do. Besides, Maynard had an armed escort until he came to this god-forsaken trap. I cannot guess why he came here.
What do you mean about the connection with Sass?
The matter was investigated in Passau, and the executioner extracted information from those who...
What, in the monastery itself?
I cannot say. I know only what the Passau...
монахи штампують фальшиві
So
бабки.
they were transporting false groschen on that wagon.
Yes. On their way here, they brought real coin.
What happened on that?
I ambushed them. I took down two, but that bastard Manhart cut the horses loose.
What next?
While I was chasing Manhart, those charcoal burners came and stole what they could. Before I could catch him, his horse...
So we won't get anything out of him.
Unfortunately...
What's your name?
I told you,
Just Ulrich.
it is enough.
Because you look like a knight. They seldom have just one.
It is true, I have a horse, armor, a sword, and a shield.
So you're not a knight?
I am a trustworthy soldier in the service of a noble.
All right then. What happened to...
He is dead.
I know, but what did you...
I buried him. He was a bastard.
I see.
He ran from the wagon uphill along the path to the north. Along the way there is an old ruined cabin. And don't think I don't know why you ask. Rubbish.
I'd say that's the pot calling...
You're mistaken. I have many deaths on my...
Very well.
Godspeed. I will wait in...
Угу. А ну чекай. Ти перевірити, чи йому дійсно шию зламали. А що тобі твоя зброя не потрібна, придурок? Ні, то ні. Я заберу. Ні, лишнє не буває. Угу. Попродаю. Так. Ага, я включил. Ульриху тобі Фейферу. Вище по цьому. Вище по дорозі перехресток розвалена хата. Куди подивитися? Повернемося назад.
Yeah.
О, якось прокачалось, да? Верхова їзда. Бойовий кінь. Ваш будь вас лише рукою не ударить. Ну, хай буде.
Yeah.
Вверх. Сюди. Там десь якась має бути розвалена хата, і треба буде розваленої хати пополам. Зараз ми перевіримо. Не бачу ніякої розваленої хати.
Yeah.
А ні, от є, розвалена хата. Так. Є, дійсно. Все, як він сказав. Не, фига ты, инкрустированная сабля. А ну. 58 демеджу. Крута. Спровати. Ожерелье. Сребряное ожерелье. Одінем це. І срібне кольцо. Окей. Все, як він сказав. Так, мені вертає треба, да? Погнали. За нічкою якраз переїде через ніч. Опа, западня. Може свалю. Фу, свалив. А, якісь два селюка з вилами вибігло. Ні грошей, ні нічого не мають. Толку з них. Їхай давай, що ти там вже побачив? Воїни. Ну, з воїнами можна подвіжувати.
Yeah.
Скільки вас тут? Ти один?
This won't take long. Come here.
І по котілку. Ой-ой-ой. Ще два пішло, да? Ой-ой-ой, загубив зброю. А, все, спати лягай. Придурок. Ти намахав ти мені. Я офігею, невдахи. Ти ще ніфіга не маєте. Воду хоч вип'ю. Не можу продавати з вас. Що це? Клоуни якісь. Шпори є. Цей чувак через паркан аж все перевалив був. Ще воно собі лиши. Кольчуга поломана. Рукавиці. Все. Це все. На.
Look what you'll
Давай, чувак, поїж трохи щось. На тобі м'ясо благородного оленя. Мені перекусити не пора. 300 їда, 64. Ну, можна, в принципі, з'їсти. Наприклад, яблуко. І випити воду. Варіант 66. Окей, ще хліб їм. 7 випадок норм. Так, давай. Доїжджай вже до того ратая цілого. За що мене в тому ледічку так не люблять? Я там взагалі ні разу нічого не мутив. Бо щось не пам'ятаю, може. Давайте заночувати, книжку дочитати якусь. Так, зараз всі сплять, зараз будеш підходити, будь казати, відвали, я хочу спати. Фальшивомонетників.
Yeah.
Погнали. Сюди у нас хата є.
Yeah.
У нас там ціле село є, в принципі. Так, треба сюди що скинути. Не сюди, ось так. Оце сюди. Сюди. Вот, и тут снаряга сумма. Вот инкрустированная сабля. Меч пару на разбойник. Вот это дрожжи. Ладно. Тут сам сбиваемся. Угу. Це книжка. Що можна почитати? Оця. Читай. Що можна буде такі марнути 2 годинки? І якраз всі пороздупляються. Бариги в тому числі. Так, щось там доступне новачкове. Так, по полюванню. Клики ловчий. Що записати кожевник. Щоб шкіри знімати можна було. Хай буде. Спати ще ляде. Ну так, це 9-й там. Всі повстають. Спати хочеться. Так, продовжуємо. Так, ми вже виспались, постояли, посиділи, все зробили, що можна було зробити. Їдемо, попродаємо все. Чи спочатку я спочатку з того чувака, бо він там не був. Тут? Тут? Доброго дня. Так, доброго ж фейфа.
Greetings.
Так, я тут
Master Fayfar.
Did he? He must think highly of you.
I do the best I...
That's good, because this is damned important.
How can I help with these,
Sir Radzik may make light of it, but a large quantity of silver has been discovered here.
You really think someone could be stealing the silver from the mines?
It certainly would. Which is why I'd like you to go and check out not only the mine gallery, but also the yard with the smelter and the waterworks. See what kind of state it's all in, and if it...
Should I be expecting...
Well, I definitely wouldn't treat the job like a visit to church on Sunday. You could find yourself facing that pack of hungry...
I see. Well, you and Sir... Is that the yacht?
That's the one. I don't know what state it's in now. There used to be a stock...
A silver store? Could there really be...
I doubt it. I'd be
What about the...
a stamping mill and washing troughs. They're on the bend in the river below the castle. You can't miss them. There are big tanks and equipment all around.
You said mine...
Boy, there's such a maze there that it would take a week to crawl through the place. There's only one gallery I'm interested in, at the foot of the hill.
Why just that one?
Because I was expecting to find a scene there. All the indications pointed...
That's all clear.
See you later.
Так, тільки то, що не все, то було додаткове завдання.
Master Fayfar, I need to speak with you.
Did you really?
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately...
Damn and blast.
Yes. A certain knight. Turned out he was also after the forger.
Well, that is indeed unexpected.
His name is Ulrich.
Ulrich.
He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's...
Ulrich, you say?
An older man with a moustache. But for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
Doesn't match anyone I've heard of. But then we don't even know if Ulrich is...
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Pass, interrogation held this day, put to pen by the questor, the place of origin, which certainly confirms my suspicion that something underhand. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with... but this is interesting. Here's an outline description of how the forger... We command Herr Ulrich to investigate and let... This looks like the original safe conduct. It has the seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly...
How do you know?
I recognize the hand. It's a Clement of Caplitz.
The Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia. Burgrave Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
So what does all this...
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so... Anyway, we should be careful, and we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes. Silver amalgam. It's produced from quicksilver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone...
You will go to Sasso at once. Look around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them. I, meanwhile, will take
Where shall we meet?
at the inn on Sasso Market Square. Goodbye.
Окей. Сазау зганяють. Я буду там двіж в монастирі, напевно. Ну, погнали, короче, поки що продавати, то все лайно, що я маю. Так, тунець. Давай все назад. Будемо продавали. О! Книжку теж можна продати навіть. О! Так, що можна взяти тепер потренувати собі цю штуку, як вона. Йдемо сюди. Ремонт потренувати. Тих всіх речах. Так, можна все. Тобі нема що. Дальше. А що де решта? Куди того надо броню? Решта не ремонтується. Окей. Лопату теж на понятно скласти. Все? Все. Так, давай. Чувак.
What else you?
Продати хочу. Пам-пам-пам. Пеп, скалецький щит, я не хочу продавати. Отак.
Do you want to get me in?
Що?
Take care now.
Блин, в чому проблема? Ну. Все? Що не так?
No, no. That looks like.
А, виглядить як крадений. Ну, то пішов ти в сраку. Ну так, дурний.
Bread, fresh bread. Bread.
Vegetables! Fresh
Vegetables.
Ти
I am on.
зараз не будеш розказувати про крадене?
Good luck then.
— 49 кусків. Ого. Це в тебе, конечно, запаси. О, і одразу все купив.
Cabbage! Cabbage!
Починаємо розказувати казки. Чистки.
God save you. What can I do?
Давай, давай, поторгувати хочу з тобою. Так. Так. Так, пов'язки хай будуть. Кості теж. Зброя. Може вкладати в тому.
That stop?
Ти задолбав. І воно нема значка, що типу пальоний товар. Я не розумію, який саме. Ні, я не буду того купляти. Ви купив? Блять, не нажав. Спішиш людей, спішиш. О, я хотів продати то все лайно. Все, решта на. Ладно. Так, на коня. Б'ю. О, мій кінь. Мельник зараз все скупить.
Yeah.
Так, здорово, мала, ти папаша. Тут? Не видно. О, хтось вийшов. Та ну він ходить. Та є. Ходіть сюди.
God be...
What am I to do?
Not that I...
So if someone...
That's the arrangement.
Та я
I've got some
знаю.
good...
Alright.
Давай, давай, давай.
Good luck then.
Так, і от пішла жара. О, де мій пес?
Look what I've got.
На тобі зайця. Так. Ще треба їхати. Сазаву, по-моєму, да? Знаю Сазаву, поработает с Менни. І поговорити з Ульрихом, так? Ладно, поїхав. Ну також довіряти не можна. Можна було завалити, можна. Тоже модний дід. Блін, що ж так довго тянеш? Давай їдь. Так, треба злазити з коня і йти дивитися. Тут може бути бронник, точно може бути. Там не так гірка.
Carrots and apples picked today to put a smile on your face.
God be with. Good luck to you.
Може воно твоє. У ковалі. Бронники.
Vegetables, fruits, apples.
Тут і коваль. Погнали. Будемо розпитувати.
good day.
Do you ever work with copper here?
No, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Zach from the monastery craft. May the Lord watch you.
Ще пареної репи. Це капець, так легко мені зразу. Скупився мій чувак. Все ясно, куди нам їхати. Монастир. Їдемо в монастир. Так, де тут є місцевий коваль? В тому монастирі клятому. А, блін. Перелетів.
God be with you.
Do you work any copper here, Master?
Why'd you ask?
I'd want to commission you.
Then you best go elsewhere. I never...
That's not what I heard.
What?
I was told in town that you bought all the other black...
I'm being made a fool of. Anything else? I still have...
So back to that copper, Master Blacksmith.
What? I thought...
Aha.
Блін. І що? Все?
Been a pleasure.
Ну, тому... Добре, спитаю в того Вітуса.
Could at least...
Your father says you don't work any...
We don't.
I've heard differently around town. They say your father...
Are you calling me a liar? Or my father? You're...
Just be sure you know what you...
Was that a threat?
You don't get it, do you? I don't particularly want to fight with you, so I'll just take my knife and stick it between your ribs. And then I'll keep twisting until...
Jesus Christ! Are you insane?
Maybe. So are you going to talk?
Just take it easy. You're right. We do make copper sheet.
Who buys
I don't know. I've never set eyes on him.
So why all the secrecy?
Father forbade me to talk about it. I don't know what...
Your father has some
Jesus. Please.
We'll see about that.
Been a pleasure.
Чувак, ми знову повертаємося.
So back to that...
What?
Ваш
Your son put it...
What's that?
Don't be angry with him.
All right. I suppose there's no point lying. We do make copy sheets here. And I want...
Why?
Pays me good money. And the people I do it for. I wouldn't want to...
Did they threaten you?
They didn't have to. Just by the look of them, I could say I needed to shut my mouth and do what...
And did they ever tell you who they were? Do you know where to find them?
I know a little. But show some understanding. There's nothing but trouble in it for me. I'll lose the work and be left looking over my shoulder for...
If you lie down with dogs, you shouldn't complain.
There's no need for threats. If I tell you everything I know, you can help me with a certain small matter. One that...
Те, що ти прикалуєшся, чи що, чуєш, на?
Do you know what the penalty is for counterfeiting?
I never give it much thought.
Evidently, because the penalty for counterfeiting is burning at the stake. And I can personally guarantee that when you're standing on that pyre, you'll find a loss of...
No, of course you're right. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry.
So, out with it. What's been going on?
One evening I got a visit from this scruffy beggar calling himself Rapota. He had a yellow cape on and kept with... There was a knight with him too, but he didn't give his name. They told me what I had to do, how much I'd get for it, and I had to...
And where can I find this Rapota?
I I don't know exactly. But I've always left the wagon with the goods behind the monastery.
Anything else?
No. I swear...
Well, that'll do me for now.
Young man, about that matter I need help with. I'll gladly...
I'm not interested.
Цікаво.
May the Lord watch over you.
Так, поговорив з майстером Пайфером. Він сказав, що він десь там в цих буде, як воно. В корчмі. Які саме? Угу. Перевіримо швидко місце, де матеріали передають. Що цікаво, чи там хтось буде, чи не буде. До цього вусатого таракана старого я в останню чергу піду. Лагер є. Нічого собі. Ну, і чуваки є. Ну, блін. Спати. Пам. Пам. Все. У нас тут два було. Того добити треба. Лопатки. Що я вам дам? Ви самі влізли в то діло. Так, відійди. А на що я піде хотіла? Так, заберемо їду і гроші, і все. Починає раніше стріла. А у мене 130 має. 125 років, добрий раз. У мене вже мої закінчуються. Так буде. Так, що там? Я ще не трогав прогода, зараз поїсти з котілка. І поїли. Так. Цибуля, морква. Хрін. Чудес. Тепер можна їхати майстера файтера того цього. Виноградники. У різних корчмах сидять.
Lord's tasty. Good on bread and for frying. Come and get it, fine people. And pork crackers too. And yours for taste.
God bless you.
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in. I don't want to...
Why?
I don't want to alarm our prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those scoundrels learn...
That does make sense.
So what have you found out?
I found out where they get the copper.
Really?
It's the smith on the monastery craftsman's yard. He supplies the counterfeit.
Do you know how he gets the good?
No. All I know is that someone called...
Not much, but it's a start. Listen, Henry. I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. And there's a man I know who works at the monastery yard. Master engraved...
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving...
Very well, I'll ask.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
Goodbye.
Здоров.
Yeah.
Де та майстерня? Ага. Ага. Окей.
Yeah. Yeah.
Купимо, кстати. Так.
God be with you.
How goes the work, man?
Getting there, getting there.
What are you doing here?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy.
Yeah, but engraving what?
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do...
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here. He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did smite him.
Jesus Christ.
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high.
What's he like, your...
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely.
I don't really know what you mean.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day, he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his... In any case, why the interest? Are you looking?
Something like that.
May I ask why?
He owes me money.
Oh, sure.
Naturally. Dice or...
both.
Sodom and Gomorrah are too good for the book.
Thank you, Master. You're most kind. But I'd rather get it from...
If you think he'll have anything to give... About your question, you'll find him at home. No doubt fever.
Ah. Thank you.
May the Lord watch over you.
Перед погрібом. Парили.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Который меня не замечаешь, я за 4-й раз тут проезжаю. Так, минспейчка, 2 репекаря. Он тут взял, походу. Давай. Здрасте.
God be with you.
You look quite sprite.
What?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiry.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then? All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led...
Don't bother.
I know you know him. You make the punch dice for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where they were?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence.
Counterfeiting is a crime against the king. I don't have to prove anything to have you dragged straight...
And what if you're wrong? What's then? Under torture, everyone can...
I already know for sure. You admitted it...
I won't tell you anything just the same.
Why not?
Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
Okay.
Who is Esther?
My girl, of course. That scum...
That doesn't begin to justify...
I don't care. Listen, I'll tell you everything. I promise.
What, so I'm to go searching for her in the...
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping...
Look, Florian, I'm sorry for what you're going through, honestly. But I'm not the only one who's after these people. As soon as they get wind of something, they'll be...
If Rapita finds I've told you anything, they'll kill...
Not if I catch Rapita first.
Yes. They found me in the tavern one evening. Caught me when I went to the ship pile. They started to badger me about working for...
They?
Yes. Rapita. And a night they called Sir Yezhek.
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me, and I told them to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. I thought it was just a drunkard's joke.
Why didn't you tell him?
At first, I took it for a bad joke. And then, when they...
Where will I find?
He's usually wherever I am.
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the bench in the...
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work...
Why?
Because we have to lure him out. And besides...
I have my doubt.
How did you hand over?
Rapita waited for me behind the church. I didn't want to give it...
And did they let you?
Yes, although I don't really know why. They took me to a derelict farm in the Skalitz Hills. My poor Esther, they'd scared...
So at least you know she's alive.
Who knows? It was a while ago. And they never let her go. Even after I did what they...
More punch dice?
They wear out over time. And they have to be...
I suppose I bet...
Go.
Goodbye.
Окей. Що, куди мені? Обов'язково.
Oh! Learn how to ride a horse, idiot!
Іди сюди.
Are you Rappator?
Pardon me?
No, but I'm hoping to change. It'll only take a moment. I know you're buying copper.
It's...
None. Now tell me where they were.
Of course, of course. That...
So?
Let's leave it...
Vic?
No, I give up.
So, are you
I will. I will. What do you want from me?
Tell me where the work's... Don't worry. Your master won't be punishing you for betraying him. You're both gonna have too many of...
It's in...
That doesn't narrow...
On the eastern side of Skullet's Hill, there's an abandoned mine gallery. Well, it used to be abandoned. Now...
Who is your lord?
Okay.
Sir Yezhek of Ronov. That's what he calls himself, although Ronov can't...
So who's the Yeshek working for?
That's not for me to know. Sir Yezhek was on speaking...
Such as?
We were often guests at the monastery, but I slept in the hay...
And apart from that?
In the camp, you'd occasionally see a Hungarian nobleman, but I don't know...
Who are you, anyway?
They call me Rapota. I used to be the ex...
And how did you come to be serving?
I helped him escape from prison. If I was going to serve anyone...
So you saw being a brigand's henchman as a step...
I thought if things changed and he stopped marauding, he might get run off back.
Well, after this little escapade, you can forget about that. You'll be lucky if you don't end up swinging on the gallows.
It's all the same anyway.
What happened to it?
Ronov used to belong to Vincent, Count Lichtenberg. After his death, it fell to Margrave Jobst, and he had it pulled down. He knew full...
Why? Everyone knows that when a lord dies without issue, the king can confer his estate.
But Vincent had descendants. Ronov only fell to the Margrave because he declared them all because Vincent had refused to fight for him against Sir Yezhek led a revolt of the vassals. But Jobst rounded them all up. Only Sir Yezhek got away. Since then, he's become the...
I think I've heard enough.
Can I ask you something?
Yes?
I don't want to hang. It's a horrible death.
An honourable death? No chance. It's the dungeons for you, and the sort of punishment a counterfeit.
Все, калапаєш? Така твоя доля. Замочить помочу лихо. Да нафиг ты мне нужен? Где вхід в шторм Саріславських холмов? Окей, в саму першу можна доїхати, а там ж ці... Що не вийде? Гори, Карпати такі, що дай Бог. І ще вручну їхати. Скорше буде. Де ти є? Знайшов їхню базу. Так, ще раз. Звук пропав. О, тепер є.
Yeah.
Газу давай.
Yeah. Yeah.
Не хочу його брати. Є. Тут хрест.
Yeah. Yeah.
Мандрівник пішов. Так, поки ми їдемо, народ, всі, хто буде приходити на відео, бо зараз там трансляції, обов'язково підписуємося на канал. Буду вам дуже вдячний. Лайки, дизлайки, якщо дизлайки, напишіть комент. Чому? І якось так. Але саме головне, щоб підписувались на канал, хочеться, щоб канал ріс. А без підписників це все не має смислу. Я не приїхав в такі дебрі, що капець. Назад. Не поїдеш, стоїть заїхати.
Yeah.
Так. Нагору з горки, нагору з горки. Точок. Не вписався в коло, розлетів з моста задніми копальцями. Перехват Петра. Дуже близько, напевно. Дуже, мабуть, близько. Оп, чуваків, хто?
What's going on there? Who are you?
You're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Over here!
Наступний.
I'll slaughter you. You go. Hey! No, kurwa! Raise the alarm! I'll slaughter you! Alarm!
Тихо, 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 не махай там дуже. Ай-яй-яй. Так, до речі, я ж без щита махаюсь тут. Так, відпочити. Блядь. На! Заб'ють. О, добраніч. І ти від спадки, да? Все? Всі повідмахували вже. Ви задолбали. Скільки у вас тут було, га? Все, вроді всі. Окей. Ваші позабирати і йду. Ще в загорі. Ось і додому далеко. Так, 71, до речі, мені треба цю штуку скинути. Стріли так само. Ага, тут все добре, так тільки мені тепер треба оцю штуку взяти. Поремонтуватись, добре. Все. Є. Справа, поїж з котілка. Наївся. Це можна забрати. Дійсно вартує уваги. Яблуко. Треба що є? Все? О, ще один. Дивись на нього, ну йди сюди. Окей. Ти побіг. Та-дань! Сам зайшов. Все? Відбігався? Диви який. Тікати від мене хотів. З глузду з'їхав чи що? Ну, а тепер хто впав? Я тебе не бив. Собацюра вернувся, так? Де ти є? Песик, песик. Не видно. Ну, можна забрати. Ще щось є гідне. Тут ще нічого доброго нема. Ще є чужі. Їда. Їди, звісно. Куча аток. Ой. Так, ось десяточку скинути, а так ось десяточку, всіх 15 скину. Чорт, я то ношу все. Ладно, печеру сходимо. Це що та штольня. Окей, прямо. Якісь чуваки говорять, чую. Що там на мене кричав? Арестуй ежика із Ромова. Щас. Зараз зробимо. день.
What do you want here? I don't know you.
I'm here at the command of the royal hetman, Sir Radzig Kabila.
Radzig Kabila, the king's hetman. I see.
I'm here to place you under arrest.
I gathered as much. And you came alone. Ha! Very daring of you, I must say.
I'll manage. Sometimes even a king can...
So, I'm a king now? And you... By the way, who betrayed...
That hardly matters, does it?
Do you think I won't get a chance to settle up with... But I hope you don't imagine I'm just going to follow meekly...
And where would you want to go?
Anywhere. Anywhere else is
Really? You can't go to Moravia. The Margrave himself is after you there. And in Bohemia, the kings may change, but the coin...
What do you mean?
Whoever gets to be king, they can't afford to have someone forge...
Do you think I'm doing this up?
No, but when the kingdom's back in order, and it'll be time to shut this little operation down, they'll be only too happy to let you take the...
It doesn't matter. Kabila will string me up from the high...
Maybe, but you're very shrewd and very persuasive. And you might know a few things that are worth more than your life. It's up to you. Either you give yourself up and try to make...
A deal with Sir Radzig. It's true that...
If you cooperate, you stand a chance.
Oh, very well then. May as well climb...
So let's go. Master Fayfar will be itching to ask you...
Нормально. Не прийшли тут басти тих дебілів.
Good work, Henry.
Thank you, Master Fayfar. It wasn't easy, I can tell you.
I'll take some men and have a good look around there.
And what should I do?
You should get some rest and go to Rattay. In the meantime, Sir Radzig will have this wretch questioned. Maybe he'll get something useful out of him.
All right. I'll see you in Rattay then.
Вратає, так вратає. Мій кінь. На коня. До ночі не доїду. Що це, що мене тут заатакує зараз? Паломник, не цікаво. Чи доїду до ночі все-таки? Було б дуже добре, що ж там ночувати. Ще година буде. То вже добре. І Що мені кобила скаже? Сер Радцих кобила.
Yeah. Yeah. Ow! Learn how to ride a horse, idiot.
А, ти пригнав. Здорово.
Look what I've done.
Немає нічого для тебе, сорі. Свині. Тут також тихо. Де ж є? То вверху ходить чи що? А, да, вон іде.
There's the man. Good work, Henry.
Thank you, sir.
I tell you to take a well-earned rest, but unfortunately...
Whatever you command.
Jezek refuses to talk to us.
Me?
Indeed. Normally I'd send for Captain Burner to beat it out of him, but then I told myself that if he's...
I'll try to get something out of him.
He's locked up in the tower. Bernard will give you...
Very well, sir.
А що мені ключ, я собі сам вскрию.
Is someone there?
What part didn't you understand?
Блін, чуваки, сорі, я не поняв, про яку башню говорилось. Я вже йду звідси. Блін.
Can you hear me?
Та чую, я переплутав башні, все. Я вже виходжу. Кароліна входить. Стрях. Блін, що це за прикол такий? Де ти мене привело? То проси єжика із Ронова і що? Я не понял. Що за прикол? Ну от я тут і що, де він є? Завалив вообще не туди. Взагалі не туди. Давай побіг, що то. Чого не розумію. Де він там є? Окей, він там зробив, я щось не шарю. Типа десь тут показує щось, точка В показує. Ладно, я у себе лягу спати, зранку буде вітніше, може десь інакша точка стане. Щось не може бути. Спати. До 8 ранку хай спить. Ну та давай, вже докручуй, ну. Що там, сама точка чи ні? Так, там само. Окей, тоді Бернарда треба шукати. Давай туди перейди. Блін, ще пішки побіг. І завжди має бути тут тренуватися треба. О, він йде зразу. Як удачно.
Can I,
Kirkstein is a... It'll be even finer once you all clear out. And I can...
do you know who...
They call them Cumans or Kipjack.
What kind of...
I can't...
What do you think?
I hear he's on good terms with the king, probably why Sir Hanush opened the door to him. Sir Radzig seems like a fair man, and
What's young Lord?
he'll be the...
What's life like?
So sick.
What will become?
I'd like to know the answer to that myself. I hope things...
Thank you.
Ясно, я від тебе що знав, то й дізнався. Блін, не даш мені тоді шукати то все. Сказано, що в башні. Подивимося в башню. Може, погану точку показало. Проходу нема. В башню попасти. Сюди. Стражник стоїть.
Got bellyache, have you? That's enough.
Що? Що?
What are you doing?
Стой. Блін, як мені його там шукати?
Yeah.
Ну, показую тут. Люк. Наглий люк. Так. Пан Рацев почав мені запросити єжика. А де він? Що він? Ніхто мені не скаже. Окей, зробимо тоді маленьку паузу. Я за той час піду каву вип'ю. А де моє? Поки що так буде. Йоперний театр, там ж темниця є. Точно, блін. Хожу як болтер, вишукую бог за те що.
Get lost, or you'll have me to reckon with.
Hey, you! What's that to... Right then, you...
Ей, ти зайшов в тюрму, чуєш, то я йшов на допит, блін. Жесть. Що за бред? Просто бред, блін. Це він не відімсти за те, що я його задусив був. Я дійсно був його придусив. Капець. Ну от, тепер там де треба одразу. Автоматично, так, пан Єжик, давай, правдуємо таке. Господи, ти будеш говорити чи ні? Ну, давай.
God save you, Henry.
Ну, і що? Oh.
Well, finally, I've...
Why do you want to talk to me?
Radzig will keep me alive only as long as it takes to get everything I know out of me. You, on the other hand, so I want to be sure that the secrets my life...
So come on, out with it.
Very well, ask me anything you want.
What I want to know most of all is who's behind it. Who are you making those...
Do you think I couldn't have handled it all my...
I'm not trying to insult you. It's just not a job one man...
All right, the way it began was I was short of coin, as usual. So I...
Recruit you in...
I didn't inquire too much. In this business, you don't ask too many questions. But when they found out I wasn't just anybody, a foreigner by the name of Eric gave me instructions. But for sure, and there's someone highly placed at the monastery who's mixed up in it too.
How did you come to hear of it?
I met some old friends in Colleen a few months ago, and they said they were heading for Sasau, that armed men were...
Old friends?
Just a couple of brigands. We used to ambush the Margrave's messengers.
Nice friends you keep.
I was in dispute with the Margrave. A man in my position finds himself...
And then what?
Rapota and I had been living off stale crusts for a month, so I wasn't going to turn down the chance of... We rode to Sasau and met with the recruiters. It didn't take long to realize I was a nobleman fallen on hard times.
Can you get to the point?
Well, they introduced me to this Eric, and he told me what was needed. They set up the workshop.
This highly placed person at the...
I've no idea who he is, only that he's no small fry. After all, he handles the exchange of...
I see.
No, he was supposed to supply me with materials too, but he backed out.
Crimps?
Well, it seems so. I was giving the recruiters some of the coin.
Where can I find the recruit?
That's tricky. It was my friends who led me to them. We met with them in the woods next to Sas.
You said you gave them money. Where was that?
They'd ride to the mine gallery to see me.
This Eric,
He puts on airs, but he's just a naive young pup. And he's always going on about his lord, though he never...
Where can I find this Eric? You must have...
He used to come to the workshop unannounced. And after what's happened, I doubt...
That'll do me for the...
Will you put in a word for me with Sir Radzig? I'll swear allegiance to him if...
I'll have to think about it.
Опять турнир. Угу. Так, народ. Маленька пауза. Нас відправляють. Пан рацію розказати про все. Встречи на ТРО. Пана рація тобі. Добре. Мінус. Тут хібрид запакували ні за що реально. Ще на поверх вище. Ей, кайм. Ей, вставай. Что ты мочишь? Давай, давай. Господи. Ну, уже встал. То капец. Ну, дебильно гра. Чувак, та ну... То капец. Голы. Ну... Ну де ж ти? Ти втик, ти взяв мені перед носом всі двері позакривав. О,
All sorts of things. There's some foreigner called Eric behind the counterfeiting ring, and someone highly placed at
The monastery?
That's what Jezek claims.
So it's worse than I thought. If this is true, we'll have to...
Why? Can't we just go to the mon...
No. If the church is truly involved...
Oh.
So what will you do?
I'll have to think about it. It won't be an easy nut to crack. I'll have to consult with...
I don't know, but he's recruiting armed men in Sasau and for...
Damn. So it looks like Pribyslavitz wasn't...
It most certainly wasn't, sir. And what's more, Sir Jezek is convinced this Eric is only a go...
You should return to Sasau and take a closer look at those recruiters. If they're going to attack, we must find out...
It might not be as straightforward as that. Sir Jezek didn't know them and has no idea...
You'll have to manage somehow, my lad. Don't tell me there's an armed force amassing here and nobody knows anything.
Oh. I know Miller Simon at the Sasau mill.
There you are. Millers usually know what's going on, but... Whatever you do, be careful, Henry. And best not mention my name. It would attract What we want is for the crimps to take you for just another village lad they can lure...
All right, sir.
I know I'm asking a lot of you. But I know of no one else who...
Sir, there's one more. Sir Jezek went with me without resistance, because I promised him he could come to...
My boy, my boy. You make promises in my name, but if it can prevent bloodshed, why the hell not? We may well come to some arrangement, but I can't say yet what will become of him.
As you command, sir.
Корчма. Перестав. Так, на тому ми сьогодні і закінчимо. Всім дякую за увагу, всі, хто були зі мною. Надіюсь, вам було цікаво. Сюжет буде продовжувати ще. Не знаю, наскільки ще його вистачить в сюжеті. По-моєму, це вже все рухається до кінця. З вами був містер Манія. Підписуємося на канал. Лайк, дізлайк. Якщо дізлайк, будь ласка, коментуйте, чому дізлайк. Все, всім па-па, на добраніч.